I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astrology for Mystics. Thank you so much for being here with me today. We are going to be talking about a lot. We got a full moon in Scorpio coming up. We have Uranus in Gemini. Uranus is knocking on the door. Like, this is the most critical time with Uranus in Taurus. And yeah, I broke my glasses last night, so I'm trying to find some glasses that I can see from today. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Army Vet. Good to see you. Jill. Hi, honey. Hope floats. Kimberly ordered her tree for Tony. That is so sweet. Thank you so much for being so kind and so generous. I appreciate that. Cree Designs. Hello. Good to see you guys. Yes, please, guys, hit the thumbs up. It's free. It's so simple to do. And I really appreciate that because it helps get their algorithm out. And so today, like I said, we are looking at a significant change. Abrupt changes are going to be taking place in our life, in our collective life, in our personal life. These changes are going to come, and they're going to come swiftly. And so this energy, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it long before now. I got plenty of videos out there. But last night I worked on a video about the peace talks, right? These peace talks. And I want to share it with you guys because I think that if you haven't seen it, you really need to, I think, because it's significant. It's so significant in the fact that Uranus is also very psychic. It will bring a jolt of knowing. You just know something, you just know what you know without knowing. And so I think that we need to regroup. We need to revisit this. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me share my screen here. Just one second. Here we go. How do we go? Hold on. I want to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. So this Uranus and Gemini video that I did yesterday, I worked on it yesterday, just uploaded it first thing this morning. But because my Canva's been acting all goofy and it's been hard for me to even try to get a video out. But nevertheless, I pushed through and I'm not going to be defeated by some BS that's going on with Canva or with, my recorder anyway. This is called Uranus in Gemini, April 25th, and it's giving a all rising sign forecast, which I'm not going to do that here unless, you have your chart and you want to discuss further how Gemini is going to be shaking things up abruptly in your life. So Uranus, like I said, is going to go in Gemini tonight, but we're already feeling it. And we were talking about it yesterday during the live. We were seeing things being shaken up with Trump. We were seeing things being shaken up with NATO, with the U.S. Abraham Lincoln. We were seeing things being shaken up with King Charles. This is yesterday. Okay, this is what we saw yesterday. Then we hear about, this meeting that's allegedly going to take place. And I got to looking at that yesterday, got into the rabbit hole, and I was like, oh no, this is not going to work itself out at all. This is not good energy. So let me show you why. Let me go ahead and start this video real quick. Here we go. Oh shoot, hold on. I didn't mean to do that. All right, hold on. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys.
And disruption, awakening, sudden jolts, sudden breakthroughs, crosses the threshold into Gemini at a 0 degree and 0 minute. This is the first breath of a brand new 7-year cycle with Uranus and Gemini.
So it takes 7 years, okay? It takes 7 years for Uranus to travel the zodiac, to come back into the same placement. Okay, so it's been 84 years, right? We've talked about the Nancy Guthrie case. She's going through a Uranus return because Uranus will come back and return to the same place that it was 84 years ago. The only thing is that Uranus isn't going to be aspecting in the same way, in the same fashion, in the same manner. It's going to be behaving differently, right? Because it just is. There's nothing new. Look, every second of every day is different. It is not going to be the same. Uranus is not going to show up the same way, right? So 84 years ago, we have the atomic come onto, the world scene. We had television. We had a lot of things going on that brought abrupt changes when Uranus came into Gemini. We had World War II, right? So we are seeing kind of the same energy, but it's not going to express itself in the same manner, right? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going here for just a second. Here we go. Here we go. I just want to, show my work here for a minute, just in case you haven't seen it. All right, here we go.
As Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner reportedly head to Pakistan for high stakes diplomatic negotiations involving Iran and the broader Middle East, the symbolism is extraordinary. Uranus rules the unexpected. Gemini governs negotiations, intelligence, diplomacy, travel, and information. Gemini is 2, and there are 2 people about to fly on a plane for negotiations to a foreign land. And that is the opposition to Gemini. The astrology is totally electric right now with Trump, Jared, this global turning point. Uranus immediately forms this 10th square to President Trump's ascendant. The Leo moon at this point in time is going to be sitting on the ascendant of President Trump, which creates emotional volatility.
And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because Uranus in Gemini, okay, it's creating a world point tonight. And so it's already in orb today. We are creating, and yesterday, this is a world point. This is a world transition. It's not just personal, it's collective. It's a whole world out here. All right. This energy with Trump, with the moon tonight, the moon is going to come and sit on his ascendant. It's about publicity. It's about children. It's about his kids. Okay. It's about public, the public image. His ascendant is his life path. So what was taking place, what I was seeing last night for tonight, is that this was a no-go. There was oppositions taking place, and had they gone, they may not have returned back. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If they had left, these two, if they had left, they may not have come back alive. That's what it was looking like. It was looking so wrong. There was things that are just not jiving with the chart. And we've seen that before. And, you don't want to live in fear when you see oppositions. Me and a friend was talking about that yesterday. She and I were talking about this opposition, when we see oppositions, and how we can just go ahead and try the luck and see and not live in fear. And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be what you think it is. But this was really obvious, and it's going to be even more obvious as we go through the rest of the weekend. And you're going to see it. You're going to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's finish here. Let's finish with what I wanted to show you real quick. Hold on.
It's unpredictable, rapid developments. And this also challenges a pivotal public and personal crossroad. And for Jared Kushner, this places enormous pressure on his role as a negotiator and intermediary, which it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Uranus doesn't do business as usual. It demands innovation, and it also demands disruption. So we can expect through Sunday sudden diplomatic breakthroughs, shocking announcements, unexpected reversals, volatile communications, and rapid pivots. History often arrives without knocking, doesn't it? At the same moment, Pallas Athena, the asteroid of wisdom, strategy, and diplomacy, this investigator, she is forming a supportive trine to the foundational chart of both Israel and Iran. And this could be shaking up their home. There is definitely going to be things going on with Lebanon. I can promise you that. Pallas suggests creative diplomacy, spiritual involvement, intuitive.
So what I said there is we can definitely expect things going on with Lebanon tonight. This energy was showing me that had they went, they would not come back. This was a big opposition with Ivanka, and I'm going to talk about that, and then we will move on, okay, to everything else that I want to talk to you guys about. All right, here we go.
Negotiations. And when warriors seek wisdom, sometimes peace is possible. So we can't exclude peace. The problem I see with this energy mostly is with Ivanka transiting Cupid, and Capricorn is going to oppose Ivanka Trump's natal Vulcanus, which is going to introduce a deeply emotional and personal intensity. This aspect can indicate emotional pressure, family loyalty being tested, relationships that are strained and under public scrutiny. There's a lot of powerful behind the scenes type of influence here.
Exactly. So the influence was Ivanka. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong. but it looked like Ivanka she was giving her dad hell. She was giving her husband hell. This was not going to work. There's no sense in doing this. Maybe she was having this intuitive thing going on. I don't know. I just know that she was the one that had an opposition with dad, with business, with home, with family, loyalty, and that Cancerian energy that she has with Vulcanus could have given her a lot of emotional intensity that would be, empathetic and, kind of psychic, where she's like, this is not going to work. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it didn't happen. Okay. It just didn't happen. And let me show you that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you. Just like I said, I can show you better and I can tell you. Here we go. This is Fox News. It says breaking: Trump cancels peace talks trip to Pakistan. And this was 2 hours ago, just 2 hours ago. And let me, the other thing too, is that there's been a lot of different misinformation. So like Trump will give something out. He'll put something out. If you've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed any of the world news, but Trump will put something out 20 minutes, 15 minutes later. Hegseth is putting something else out, and it's completely conflicting. They conflict. They're not telling the same story. And so it's almost like they're trying to keep people dumbed down, confused, and just don't know what's going on from their ass to holding ground. They just don't know what it is that, that they're saying, or they do know, and they are saying something completely different. That's what I've noticed. I noticed that all day yesterday. And I felt like that they were just trying to keep everyone confused, keep the tensions up, keep all of this going on with Iran, and really have no business. They really have no business there. They know what they want, and they're going to go in there and take it. That's what I'm seeing, that there is really no peace talks. It was all a bunch of BS. So we'll see. But check this out. Check this out, guys. Okay. Here we go. This is Fox News. And this is where they're telling us, no, it ain't happening. Not happening, guys.
Fox News exclusive. President Trump just told our own Aisha Hasni that he has canceled his envoy's trip to Pakistan to hold talks with Iran. Aisha Hasni sending us this direct quote from the president. I've told my people a little while ago they were getting ready to leave, and I said, nope, you're not going to make an 18-hour flight to go there. We have all the cards. They can call us anytime they want, but you're not going to be making any more 18-hour flights to sit around and talk about nothing. Now, this is significant. It came after the trip earlier in the week where we thought the Vice President J.D. Vance would be going to hold talks was scuttled. So that is breaking news from our own Aisha Hasni. And Alex Hogan is live from the White House with the exclusive details. Alex.
Hi, Aisha. So major shakeup to the negotiations that we did expect to see take place today. And this once again shows how delicate these negotiations are, despite the broad international efforts to get everyone to the table at the last hour. Just like this morning, everything can simply fall through. So what we did expect to see, we were waiting to see Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, the U.S. envoys, were going to be leading that delegation today in Pakistan. President Donald Trump, as you mentioned, just telling Fox News' Aisha Hasni today that he has canceled that trip. It comes amid the news that Iran's foreign minister has already left Pakistan. President Trump once again saying that there's no point sending them on an 18-hour flight and that Iran can call at any time. The Iranian delegation arrived in Pakistan yesterday for these negotiations.
And y'all can finish watching that if you want to. You can finish watching that if you want to, but that's the dealio, okay? Like I said, had they went, something was going to happen. I'm telling you, something was going to happen. And it was not going to be in the favor of the United States with these two, okay? Gemini is two. And the long travel, okay, so Gemini is staying around the house, staying around the neighborhood, okay? Gemini is not wanting to go far. Gemini is wanting to stay, close. Gemini is about intelligence. I've pulled up the DIA. I've pulled up the defense intelligence. There is definitely intelligence. There is definitely intelligence. Yeah, there is definitely intelligence going on here. The tension between military intelligence, reality, Skepticism is what is currently tearing the party's unified front apart. Yeah, this intelligence was not showing that this was going to go in the favor of the United States, that there was going to be great talks. It was going to be a waste of time. And again, Ivanka, her chart said it all. It was like, nope, not happening. Not happening, guys. So, for years, QAnon acted as a digital surrogate for the GOP, bringing in millions of voters who believe a secret cabal runs the government. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I might have QAnon. I'm pretty sure I've tried to find their chart. Now that Trump is back in power and making military decisions like the blockade, these same conspiratorial groups are using those theories against him. I can see that. I can definitely see that. So we are not, this is not going to be, people have talked about this being a forever war. And we can go back, like I said, and we can see the things happening with Uranus and Taurus. We can go back and we can see the things happening with Uranus and Gemini. And it tells a story. It's just not going to tell the same exact story. But it does involve shakeups with drones, with cyber, AI. And this is also about our sun, about solar weather, about plasma, uranium, new developments or old developments becoming implemented into our everyday. And now we see, now we see everything that was a conspiracy, 10 years ago, and now we're seeing it in real time. Look, Gemini, let's talk about Gemini for a minute. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is Hermes Trismegistus. Hermes is commerce. Hermes is commerce. Okay? We got to think about, a lot of times we don't think about Mercury and commerce being the same, and they are. So the commerce, the communications, right? The cyber, drones, things of that nature. And Gemini is air. It's about our air. It is literally about the air that we breathe. The radio waves, microwaves, everything having to do with the electromagnetic spectrum. That's Uranus. And Uranus in Gemini is going to create sparks with that. So it's, it's also about the future. Uranus is about the future. It's about our hopes and wishes and dreams. The things that I see that are coming up with our economy is our economy is about to be shaken up. It's not even hit a boiling point just yet. So remember when I was live and I was telling you guys that Pluto in Aquarius is going to station for a couple of weeks at the same exact degree. And there was 2 people that I found that have this degree that is definitely going to be transformed, deeply transformed in the future. That is Dennis Rader, the BTK dude. It is also Ghislaine Maxwell. We know who she is. But the other one I found last night. And this is pretty interesting because it's the stock market. The stock market. And it's their Venus. Yeah. It's their Venus, guys. It's their Venus in the 10th house of Taurus. That is what is going to be transformed for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, their Venus. It's about money. It's about digital currencies. It's about crypto, right? Right. And that's also what Uranus is about, is the money changers. Uranus is the type of energy that's going to come in, not going to knock on the door, just going to come on in, not ask any questions, flip the table and say, okay, we're doing things a lot different now. It's going to happen just like that. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just like, okay, I guess we're just going to have to get in line and do it this way now. That's what Uranus and Gemini is all about. We're going to do things differently. Things are going to be abruptly changing, and we've just got to ride the wave. This isn't like some doom forecast, guys. This is just saying that we're going to be forced to do things differently, to take another route. So the Uranus or the Pluto in Aquarius, let me show you guys some things that are coming up. I got a lot to show you guys. But let me just show you some of the things that are coming up with the astrology. Let me share my entire screen, and I'm going to show you different charts. I'm going to tell you why that this is so important to be talking about right now. And also, let me just say this. The full moon in Scorpio that is coming on May 1st, it is transforming right now. It's already an orb, and we are leading up to this reflection of right now. Okay. A full moon, a new moon. The moon is reflective, right? So we reflect back, and the moon is going to be full at an 11 degree in Scorpio. And when the moon is full, that means that the sun in Taurus is going to oppose the moon. So the sun is going to shine on values and money. And the Scorpio moon is going to reflect on debt, other people's money, hidden sex, investigations, taxes. And the moon being in Scorpio is resentful. It hides things. We are going to see some things that are going to be coming to the surface. Scorpio can be rageful, jealousy, very tense. There's a lot of tension in the air. Okay, that is what I see that's happening in the world around us. A lot of tension, and a lot of focus is definitely on money too, on what we truly value, what our values are. And so this reflection with the full moon in Scorpio, wherever your Scorpio house is, this is where the reflection is going to be taking place. And your Taurus Scorpio axis, this is where the sun is going to shine. So let's say that you have Scorpio in your 11th house. Well, the 11th house is how you bring in money. You're reflecting with how you bring in money. You're reflecting friend groups. You're reflecting death. You're reflecting things that are hidden. There's a lot of paranoia there, okay? That 11th house of friends and groups and how you bring in money is also about debt. And the sun is shining on the way that you create. And it's about your mom. It's about your home. It's about your kids. And all this creativity. So the Taurus creativity, that's where we are trying to shine a light. Okay. Planting seeds. That's not a whole lot of money. Doing things with the yard. Creating beautiful things. Planting tree seeds. Anything like that. That is where you're going to be grounded. And we all need a lot of grounding right now. That's for sure. We need some grounding. We need some peace. We need some, we need this time to get our thoughts together because the information is coming quick. There's a lot of information that is bombarding us, especially if we are online creators, like myself. The information is coming quickly, abruptly, and it's changing. It's just constantly changing. And we're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's just abrupt, shaking us up, shocking us. It was storms, the sun, earthquakes, massive earthquakes, things that are taking place that are bringing us into a new future, a new paradigm shift. things are going to have to change drastically, not just in our personal life, but also in our collective life. That's what I'm seeing. So I wanted to make sure that we understand what is to come, because if you haven't watched any of my videos, now you know. Now you know. Intensity is the name of the game right now, and we're riding the wave. Not to be, negative at all, because there's going to be great things that are going to come our way. Great medical breakthroughs are going to come our way. But there's also going to be great medical problems that we are going to have to face in the future as well, because we are using a lot of different types of energy that are affecting our environment. And it has been, right? I mean, shit, it has been. All right. So here is the United States. And as you can see, the United States natal chart is on the left. And this energy with Uranus coming into Gemini is showing up in the 7th house of relationships and partnerships. Y'all see it? So this is tonight by 8 o'clock Nashville time. We are going to see a world point, new communications, new abrupt shocks, new changes. There is electromagnetic directed energy possible. There is things that are happening tonight. And this energy is coming to sit. The moon is going to sit on President Trump's ascendant, having to do with his kids, having to do with past publicity with, where, Virgin Islands. Okay. This 1408 is definitely connecting to different charts, but definitely Lebanon. Definitely Lebanon. This 1104 with Cupid in Capricorn, this is the energy that I was talking about that is opposing Ivanka. It's still in orb. It's still opposing Ivanka and her values with long trips, with the foreign land where her husband was going to go to. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing for the United States. This is the reason why I have it pulled up, is because I want you to take note that Jupiter in Cancer is at an 1814. And right after this energy, Jupiter is coming. It's already in orb and is sitting here on the United States Vulcan in the 8th house. The 8th house is about other people's money. It's about homeland. It's about homeland security. We'll have to pull up homeland. Okay. There's an expansion here with Vulcan. And what does that mean? I went ahead and pulled that up for you guys. I went ahead and pulled that up. Here we go. Jupiter in Cancer conjunct natal Vulcan, a hypothetical non-physical planet associated with self-control, endurance, and refinement. Vulcan is a hypothetical, guys. It hasn't been found yet, but it's known to exist. We just haven't found it yet. It's going to bring intensity with security that's going to prompt profound transformation with home and family life. So this is going to be an intense energy having to do with real estate, family structures, domestic life here with the United States, okay? Foreign and domestic. And what is going to be really interesting is this. Of course, I can't see everything that's going to be taking place because I'm not God. But I can see that this 2956 has just left the 2955 that President Trump has in his chart that he ascends and descends with in Leo. He is ascending and he descends in Aquarius. So again, friendships are going to oppose the moon with President Trump at this time. And we still have a weight, there is still this weight that is over the Clintons, that is over Mike Feldman, Savannah's husband. There is still this weight in the 9th house with the courts, with the judges, with attorneys. And that is something that we are definitely seeing in a big way. So the 2955 that Trump has Okay. Let's review who else has that in their chart that I know of. Okay. That I know of. It could be other people, right? It could be other people, but that I know of. The 2955 is in NATO. It's in NATO's 12th house, and it's with Saturn. The Saturn for NATO is President Trump. Okay. And the opposition with NATO is coming from King Charles. King Charles also has the 2955, and it's in Gemini. Turkey has the 2955 in their chart. So we can see that things are happening with Turkey. We can look at the news, what have you. And the other 2955 is with, so we got NATO. It is with, right here. It's with the USS Abraham Lincoln. Right here. The USS Abraham Lincoln. These ships that I have them created when they were commissioned. The commission date, the commission time is ready, available, and the date that they were commissioned is ready, available. It's online. Okay, so we can create a chart. Astrologers can create charts for these ships. We can see them. We can see them when they're activated. And so the moon and Pallas is going to shake things up. Okay, even though it's not in the same sign, it's still going to activate things from the past with foreign lands, with courts, with judges, with attorneys, with this higher spiritual, Sagittarius is highly spiritual, religious. And this 2955 is going to be shaken up with Pallas tonight. Pallas is in Pisces. So really Pallas is shaking things up with values, with groups, and the sea, with war. And Donald Trump, his position in Virgo is a 1614 in his chart. So the communications with Donald Trump and the USS Abraham Lincoln, that is where there is a lot of war with communications. And this could even be, this could even be fire. This could be fire, planes as well. So that is what I'm seeing for tonight with this energy with President Trump, with Lebanon. There is a lot that's happening tonight when this 0-0, okay? When Gemini comes into that 0-0, of course, Gemini is, Uranus is sitting here. It's not going to move. It's just going to create something different. It's going to be a world point. So it's going to be something new that is going to take place with values, money, home, assets. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. Now, that's for the 2955 that is connecting to Trump. If we look at this energy with the United States, okay, I want to show you something else that I see coming. That's going to come momentarily right after this. Let's see. It's going to come. I think it's going to be right there. Let's see. United States. Let me see if I got it at the right. Yeah, I do. Okay, I do. Okay, watch this. Watch this, guys. Yeah, J-Dog. Trump going to reform the world through Iran. Petrodollar and NWO are in trouble with. Yep. We're going to see some massive changes here, guys. Massive changes. So this is what I want to show you guys. We're going to see Zeus, who astrologers don't talk about, and we really should be. Zeus and Eris are going to oppose one another. Okay. There is going to be something beginning and ending with talks. This is Sunday afternoon. This is right after church lets out. There is going to be an opposition. The 25-24 with Zeus and Eris. Zeus is in Libra. Eris is in Aries. And guess what? Who has that? Oh, it's the United States. It's the United States of America, the 25-24. But it doesn't stop there. This Hygeia, this world health with kids, with courts, with a church, with pastors. This is religious too. This is also immigration. Okay, this 25-24 is going to be activated for 24 hours with Eris and 24 hours with Zeus. This is severe, serious energy, okay? And I can't tell you exactly how it's going to show up in the world. Don't have a crystal ball, not telling, God isn't telling me exactly what's happening. All I can do is go, whoa, oh, whoa. Because I'm seeing other people in this chart too. And let me start with the first person that I see. Let me start with the first person that I see. Watch this. Watch this, guys. All right, let's bring Trump up. Let's bring Trump up because we've only just begun. I'm hearing that song too. We've only just begun. And if you don't, if you're not old like me, then you don't know that song. But man, we've only just begun. So let's go back. Okay, now we've got Donald Trump on the left, and we have the opposition on the right. Okay, now watch this. Because this is a 24-hour transit, this 25-24 that Donald Trump connects to the United States world health with a lot of attention and kids is coming right here to sit here on his Hades all day, 24 hours. Whoo-wee. And Zeus is going to oppose. So this means that Zeus at a 25-24 is sitting right here. Zeus is at a 25-24. Zeus is sitting right here with his siblings, communications, neighbors, close to home, right? And then the opposition is the 9th. So he is having problems, major opposition that is taking place with his 3rd and his 9th house. Uranus, y'all want to know where Uranus is? Okay, Uranus is sitting right here. And what? Oh gosh. Well, guess who is going to be going through a Uranus return with his public image, with 2 people, with communications? It's right here. He is going to be shaken up. He may not be shaken up like Nancy Guthrie, okay? But he is definitely, his public image is going to be shaken up. And we can play the tape all the way through. We could get Uranus and Gemini to that 1753, but we're not there yet. We're far from there. Far from there. So what does this mean? This means that the weight of war, the weight of beliefs, the weight of the religious community, the weight is on him with the war. He could be having a migraine. He could have, medically, he could end up in the hospital having an aneurysm. I mean, this energy is showing me that this communications, maybe he's going to have a stroke. Maybe he's just going to have a migraine for 24 hours. Maybe, just maybe, this is going to be about international law and him breaking the law. Maybe this weight is about the war with courts, the war with Ghislaine Maxwell, the war with digging up bones in New Mexico. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, guys. The other thing that I see, and this is just this weekend. That's the reason why I put that video out last night, or, tried to get it out last night and got it out this morning, is because there's major problems that it looks like we're going through. This 1104, Okay. Remember, I was talking about this opposition with Cupid in Capricorn. The opposition with Cupid in Capricorn is Ivanka. All right. So Ivanka in her chart, she has Vulcanus that's an 1104 and it's in Cancer. Well, Cancer and Capricorn are an axis, they oppose one another. Okay. But I want you to take note. Donald Trump has an 1104 where he gets a wake up call with his desires that are critical when it comes to his work and his children and foreign entities. So that means that Ivanka, her Vulcanus that is opposing him, is opposing his friend group. It's opposing the two. It's opposing how he brings in money. Okay. It's opposing the homeland, the critical state of our homeland and homeland security. So Ivanka is here, and this opposition with Donald Trump is there. And what does Pallas do? Pallas Athena gives us a little shaky shake. She's very, this could have given him a lot of, when she told him, hey, they must have had some type of conversation that was in opposition. They have to be. I mean, like they literally have to be having conversations that are in opposition about what is happening, what is going on. And especially with her husband, the father of her kids, risking his life. That was a no-go. Okay. It was just a no-go for her. And I don't blame her. Don't blame her a bit. Absolutely do not blame her. So this is what we are seeing. Now, let me show you who else is in this chart, because we're not done yet. I'm only just getting started. Like, are y'all keeping up? Like, let me check in on y'all. Let me make sure you're doing okay. Let me make sure you're doing okay. Are y'all keeping up? Is there any questions right now before I move on to other charts? Because I'm about to keep it going. Like, boom, 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 boom. Let me know. Let me know. We've only just begun. Yep. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you, J-Dog. I'm keeping up. Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. Watching, trying to blend this with military intel. Interesting. I love it when you do that. I love that when you do that, because we need that. We need that. We need to know what the military intelligence is saying. Yeah, we are definitely, that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. And I want to show you guys like what I'm seeing with the stock market. And I haven't looked at the Dow and looked at, the money changers like Larry Fink, but we're going to pull him up. We're going to see how this is going to be working itself out with him too. Because I feel like we've already been here before. We've already talked about this maybe months ago, and now it's here. And now I've got to relearn and rethink and, rework all that again. Okay. All of y'all are keeping up. Okay. So Cinderella says she's doing fine. Jill says she's keeping up. Okay, cool. Conjunct Uranus in Gemini, July 20th. Okay. Yeah. I may already have that pulled up because I feel like I was looking at that last night. Let's check it out and see if I was. Hold on. Let's see. May. I got June 28th. Okay. It looks like I went to June 28th with this. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let's look at who else I see in this chart. Okay, that's what we were talking about. Who else I see in the chart? Let me remember which chart I had, the 26, 1220. Let me show you who else. Let's pull up Net. Oh, Nettie. Net. Come on, boy. Okay, so Netanyahu is also showing up here. And let me show you. Let me show you what's happening. Okay. Let me show you. So the 458 in Cancer. So we've got Hygeia at a 458 in Cancer. This is Sunday. This is tomorrow. It's going to be about 12 o'clock Nashville time. Hygeia in Cancer is going to come and shake things up with Netanyahu's personal chart. But it's going to shake up his friendships, his relationships, his partnership, his wife. It's going to shake up friendships with China. China. So put that in there too, Army vet. Why is it what's happening here with China? Because there's going to be a shakeup. There's going to be a shakeup with a friend's health, world health in China. And it's going to come abruptly. It could be with two people. It could be with communications with China. It's going to shake things up. It could be about drones. It could be about flying saucers. It could be a red, a red flag. It could be a false flag. But there is going to be a shakeup with health. Okay, because Hygeia is about purity of health. And the 7th house is his relationship, his partnerships with Intel and home. And it's going to this 458. Let me show you China's chart, because that 458 is a degree in which he shares with China in Cancer. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, China is on the left now. And we see China and Netanyahu. Well, look at that. 458 in Cancer. Although this is in a Gemini home. Okay. It's a Gemini home. It's about two. It's about Intel. It's about communications. It's about this, the air, this drones and weird shit in the air, whatever. I don't know. But the 458 with health is coming in the way that he creates, the way that China creates with drones, with technology. And there's going to be a shakeup with the way that they create. Could have to do with kids, could have to do with the way that they, keep their society low with children. I don't know. But things are going to be shaken up with China. And see, it's not coming with Israel. Okay. This is a personal energy. So we got to think this through. Like, we really need to think this through, because if okay, so it's Netanyahu. It's his chart. It's not Israel's chart. He himself is connected to China. And it's going to be a shakeup at the same time with him and China. So anything that's going to go down in China, we already know who it is, who's responsible. It's net. It's him. Hey, Barb, good to see you. I understand astrology. So this is great that you have all these charts. And yes, it does take a lot of work. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that you understand astrology. I'm glad that you're a new subscriber. We're going to have so much fun. Thank you, J-Dog. I love this. I love it. Just this week, April 23rd, which was 2 days ago, it was confirmed that health data from 500,000 people in the UK was offered for sale on a Chinese website. Interesting. Interesting. Because it's not with the UK that I'm seeing. Although we could pull up the UK, we could pull up King Charles. Because that energy, right? That energy with the health axis, that we can definitely see stuff like this coming about. China currently has a chokehold on the rare earth metals needed for everything from EV batteries to anti-tank missiles. Many Western countries are currently scrambling to build their own supply chains to avoid being weaponized by China. Maybe we already have been. Okay, so that's what I'm like. There is intense things happening And I also noticed that Bibi Netanyahu is connected to Missouri, to its Saturn, things about the past with him, with kids. It's with kids. And I don't know what it is. I hope one day I realize what it is. So if y'all have any information why they would connect like that, let me know. Very interested in that. It could be that there's things gonna come up with Missouri, a little shaky shake that may be not a natural quake. You know, that's something else too that we have to be concerned about and really ask ourselves: is the weather natural? Are they creating weather? Are they creating health catastrophes? Are they creating worldwide diseases and threats to our health with, say, ticks? You know, it's just things like that I really just wonder about. Okay, so let me show you this. Apparently, part of the deal for Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan involved China and their need for rare metals that are throughout Afghanistan. Maybe, I don't know if I've got the correct chart for Afghanistan, but y'all are pulling and the metals. Interesting. I'll have to deep dive on that. Okay. So let's look at the market. Let's look at the stock market, because that's what I think we really need to see what it's going to be like Monday morning. So Monday morning with the stock market, let's just go ahead and go to, let's see what it looks like at noon. Hold on. Let's see what it looks like at noon Nashville time with the stock market. Let's look at this. It's going to be noon. And let's see. Let's do this. Okay, hold on. Let's just go ahead and do it like this. Because I really want to see it, not Monday, but when this 5:30 takes place. Hold on. There it is. This is going to be Thursday. This is what I feel like we're building up to. Well, I don't feel it. I can see it. Like, I don't feel it. I see it. Watch this. Okay. Let me go back a little bit because I want to get it at the exact moment. Let me get at the exact moment because y'all know I like to see it all at the very beginning. This is my default. And me as an observer, the default is, okay, here we go. The default's Nashville, Tennessee. So it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, let's look at the New York stock. Oh, and President Zelensky, he's also going to be a part of this energy too that I see with Trump, with the United States, guys. This energy with the United States and Trump, Zelensky also has that 25-24. So Zelensky, we cannot forget about him. Can't forget about him. Lots of warring, lots of weight things with Zelensky. Can't forget about that. I will also be pulling up Federal Reserve. A massive, really? Really? Let's go ahead and look at Federal Reserve right now then. And then we'll come back to, let's pull them up. Let's pull them up first. Might as well pull up Fink too, because we're going to be talking about him. We're going to be looking at him. Mr. Moneyman. I mean, we should also look at Elon. He's about as just, Lord. Okay, so let's look at the Federal Reserve and let's start with Monday. Let's do a Monday morning. Let's do a Monday morning. Let's do a Monday morning chart real quick. Okay, let's look at the Federal Reserve. See what's going on with them Monday morning, or whatever we can tell by what the hell is going on here. Because we just never know, right? Just never know. Let me make sure y'all are seeing it. Here we go. Okay. All right, guys. Let's look at this. Let me put my phone up here so I can see what y'all are saying. Hold on. Let me situate here. Okay, so Powell is under investigation. I haven't heard about that, or maybe I have. Trump wants his Federal Chair Reserve to enter office as soon as possible. Ooh, I'll have to deep dive that. Yeah, I'll have to deep dive that, guys. Okay, so Federal Reserve is on the left. Let's look at them. Let's look at them. Let me acquaint myself. Okay, so it looks like the Federal Reserve, wow, okay, it connects to Georgia, to, I think, and Florida, Mexico. All right. The FBI, Mississippi, and the Secret Service. Let's see. So Uranus is coming here. Uranus has been here. Uranus is shaking things up with the friend group and the way that they bring in money. Let's see what else we can see here. Okay, 535. So relationships is already, Juno has already come over and given them a conscious raising experience and shaken relationships up. That's already happened. By Monday morning, that's already happened. So that has already happened. There's been a relationship, and maybe that is who we're talking about, is Powell. Must be who we're talking about. That's Powell. Okay. Interesting. Interesting, because look, here is where I'm looking at this energy like, whoa, because before Eris and Aries comes to Trump, okay, before that happens, it's going to activate an investigation. Look at that. There's Pallas Athena. She's the investigator. She's coming to shake things up. And there she is. And it's about their everyday. So that's Powell. That's what we're talking about. Okay. So it definitely looks like Powell. Excuse me. Okay, so the dark moon has already, so there's already been a 24-hour transit with Neptune over the Federal Reserve, and that's their public image. And there's a lot of warring, opposing the government and home. Let me see if I don't think that I have Powell's birth time. I don't think that I have Powell's birth time, but let me look and see, because I've got two charts for him, which usually means I don't have it. Let's see, Jerome Powell Fed. It's a 213, so maybe. Let's see if that first one is at noon. Nope. Okay, let me see if I've got it. Hold on. Let me see if we can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Time unknown. Okay. Time unknown. So I've just created one for him, not knowing what time he's born. So let's just look at him and see with this energy, with the with Monday morning. See what we can see here, because he may have, yeah. Okay, so yeah, there is definitely a relationship that is opposing him in the public eye. Look at that. Juno in Aquarius is opposing, and there is first thing Monday morning. It's already in orb right now, but gosh, there is an opposition, and it's going to create a lot of transformation in the public eye with him, with a relationship. Well, and it's not just one relationship, because Juno is in Aquarius, so it's definitely about the networking, the online, the emails, shit like that. We can see that the law was Zeus, the 25-23 in Aries. That 25-23, it's already come from that 25-24. Eris in the 11th house of groups. Let's see. The lunar nodes, 9 o'clock in the morning, okay, are a 5:59. So we know that the United States has a 5:56, their Jupiter. And I bet you anything that's where this investigation, again, with Pallas. So Pallas is an investigator. When I tell you that I have observed this energy for many years with the asteroids, the hypotheticals, and all that, Pallas Athena is an investigator. She will shake you up, and it will be an investigation. I mean, it could be something where you're investigating, looking for something. She investigates, and she has this gnosis, okay? She has this knowing. There is a lot of warring, okay, that he is going to be involved in with courts, with judges, with the Federal Reserve, okay? That's coming, because what's going to happen is this 5:59 is going to come down to that 5:56 with the United States Jupiter. And Jupiter is the law. Jupiter is definitely the law. So what else can we see here? Yeah. Look at that. We are learning at 9 o'clock in the morning. We're learning about an investigation. Jerome is learning about this investigation. He could be meeting with attorneys. Let's see. He is. Let me look at the justice. Here is the divine justice. She is at a 232. And she, not knowing what his outer will is, she will be making her way here with the relationship and things that we are learning, possibly about things of the past and jail and all of that. But, reigniting of a flame in the morning with President Trump, Monday morning. It's going to reignite with him. I'm just wondering if he's something, I don't know. It could be something going on with his health too. The moon is going to be in Virgo. So the moon at a 1955 is going to come over the physician, Apollo, that brings enlightenment. The moon is going to come over these desires. And the moon, of course, is also going to be that 445. It could be a 442, and it could be a breakup. Look at that. Because Monday morning at 9 o'clock, all of this is already in the past. It's already showing up in the past. 005. He has a 006. So Uranus is definitely going to shake things up and activate his money, his assets, his values, things that he owns, things that are possessed. I'm wondering if we're going to be looking at emails. Like, what is he in trouble for, guys? What? Okay, y'all tell me what he's in trouble for, so I can make sense of what I'm seeing here. Six, the physician is at a 6. Where is Ceres? Okay, so Ceres has yet to do this, but Ceres is definitely going to come and give a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy that's about the world health and money. Ooh. Ooh. Do. It's almost like, is he going to be the fall guy? Let's see. Here is 2351, 27. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Whoa, 2717. Chiron and Aries, this 2717 is coming to Jerome's Saturn. This is about contracts. This is about the government. This is about justice. He is being slowed down. He is being opposed, and he has a lot of pressure. He has a lot of pain surrounding his role, his authority, and the authority that is over him. Because it's at a station, this means that it's going to be working itself out in a major way in his life. His entire life, not just his adult life, his entire life. This right here, this energy has really taught him some serious lessons. And Chiron is going, hey, you're having a midlife crisis, dude. This is a midlife crisis all over again. All over again. There is an opposition here. Huh. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like there's a lot that is coming to oppose him Monday morning. And see, it's already an orb. It's already an orb, but this is going to be an exact opposition on Monday. Okay, so let's move on. Let's look at, dang it. Not good. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be another shakeup. It's going to be with two people. Two people, communications, they're going to shake him up. That's going to be tomorrow. There's this opposition with Jerome tomorrow. So let's go ahead and look at money guy, Larry Fink. Let's look at Larry Fink with this energy in the morning. Let's see what, because I do have his birth time. So we can even see, okay, yeah, he's about to be shaken up. Look at this. Jupiter is going to come and expand this shakeup with Larry Fink having to do with the communications and home sales, anything having to do with home, groups and home, things of the past. That's going to be a big one. And so this will be tomorrow. This will be tomorrow by 11 a.m., 12 noon. We're going to see a shakeup with Larry Fink, and it's going to be expanding. This could be about law. Y'all Google, see what's going on with Larry Fink with groups. Let's see. Let's look at the aspects. Is he doing something with like healthcare? This is prisons and hospitals. This is things of the past. Okay, so it's in good standing. It's opposing Mars, square Saturn, and Neptune. So we are opposing Mars. Okay. And that's in the 6th house of Capricorn, is every day. So that is opposing his Mars. And is squaring Saturn and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune is here in the 4th house of home. Again, we're talking about home. Real estate developments, maybe something like that. I don't know. Let's look at this for a second. Because when Pluto stations, this 356 is going to be highlighted, and he definitely connects with foreign money. Like, I can't remember. I don't remember if it's Syria or who it is, but it's definitely with foreign money. Let's look at his, there's a divine justice that is coming, that's going to make contact with him. Look at that. The dark moon is going to be reflecting. The dark moon is already in conversation. The way that they are creating. What is he saying about? What is he saying? AI-driven economic shifts, advocating for skilled trades over traditional office roles. He manages a record 14 trillion. Okay, so that he is going to be shaken up here with the AI and advocating for these skilled trades. And the assets are here with war. And here with debt or financing. Not his debt, but maybe the financing. So what's just happened is Saturn has just come here. And that's with this every day in this job. Whatever he's thinking about that he's doing, there's something that is he's going to be shaken up tomorrow. Okay. There's no if, ands, or but about it. He's going to be shaken up tomorrow. The full moon in Scorpio is going to be sitting right here. It's going to be full here, and the sun is going to shine here in an opposition. So again, we're major transformation. With the money markets. I wonder what the Dow. Oh, hold on. Just saw this in somebody else's chart. Wake up call with the 0025. Reigniting of a flame with President Trump. Let's just go and look at I see some of our agencies with this too. This is definitely North Carolina too. There's going to be a reigniting of a flame. North Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina and Georgia. Trump. Okay, let me move on here. Let's see, the moon. The moon will be reflecting him here Monday morning. Let's go to Elon. I see Elon too in this. I mean, he is, of course, in all of our affairs. And Elon's always showing up. Anything that's big in the world, Elon's there. He's just always there. It's unbelievable. Larry Fink said last week that we are, quote, at the beginning of growing capital markets. AI and labor. Fink predicts AI will drive demand for blue-collar jobs, electricians, welders, while replacing some office roles. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at Elon because I'm thinking that there is going to be so the health factor with Elon and the world health and home. He's going to be shining. He's going to be shining. Now, does this mean that so the sun in your chart is about your identity, but it's also anytime it could be that there's something going on with home health, things going on with home health. So it could be personally something going on with his home, like his mom. And it could also be something where it's his health, or it could It could be doing something about the collective health with home. And I'm literally talking about home, real estate, something with real estate, interest rates. Let me see what else he's got. The dark moon is already going to come over. So tonight, the dark moon is going to activate the values in children, values and publicity. So that's going to happen tonight with Lebanon. Same time with Lebanon. Let's see what else we got. I don't see anything coming to him really quickly other than that, but he is definitely going to be, look at that. Chiron is at a 2717. We know that's Jerome Powell. Well, that 2717 is going to come and sit here with how he makes his mark. Interesting. How he makes his mark. And that's with his public image, achieving your personal worldly goals, overcoming childhood inhibitions, his willpower, the propelling energy, so it could, there's something happening with him Monday night. So I would say, by Monday night, Tuesday morning, we should understand this energy that is going to be taking place with Elon. I don't know. It almost feels like somebody's going to die. Elon exposed the wasteful spending in government and nothing was done. I believe Elon knows a lot about who and other areas of corporation. Oh, well, let's bring that up. Let's see if I've got who. Let's bring that up. Now that you say that, let's look at it. Let's look at that in the morning. I mean, we know that Bill Gates, right? We know Bill Gates, other lion dude. Oh, okay. I think you're spot on there. Spot on, honey. Yeah, J-Dog, look at this. Okay, look. So Saturn is at an 845 degree in Aries. And so Saturn is already opposing the 11th house of groups and how the WHO Foundation makes money. Okay. How they bring in revenue through the WHO Foundation. So there is going to be opposition. There's going to be this authority, especially when it comes to what they have done to our kids, creating anaphylaxis, creating problems with their health, and having to be in and out of the hospital because they are making money off of our sick kids, off of our sickness. Point blank, period. And Venus, as you can see, they were created on April 7th. So they've already had a solar return. Venus at a 408 is already going to come to their Venus in the 7th house, relationships and partnerships, lungs, communications. Look at that, 2526. Well, we already see that then. Okay, so the 2526, their Vulcan, 2526, if we look at the chart right now with Eris, the goddess of war and strife, we see that the 2526 has just been imposed, and that was yesterday and the day before. And what's going to happen is Eris is going to come and sit on their Vulcan. So after it sits on President Trump's and the United States, it's going to sit on them. Eris is coming for them. Eris, the goddess of war, is coming for them. And that's going to be in just a few days. Just a few days. We're going to see that. Because they're 25, 26. Let's go back. Yeah. Yeah, so by Thursday, this 2524 is going to be sitting here with their Vulcan. Major transformation, major warring with their work, with their everyday. Good. I'm glad. They absolutely, you guys know what all I've been through with these protocols. So what we're also going to see is this on Monday with this opposition with the United States or the opposition period, the major weight that's coming on Trump, this devouring energy with loyalty, with home. Okay, this 1538 in Cancer, that 1538 is their lunar nodes. So their lunar nodes of fate are going to be activated. There is going to be a fate with their relationships and money, their values, their assets, and where they've been before. With all this is where the full moon, actually the full moon is going to come here with things of the past and hit their ascendant. The moon is going to come on their ascendant. And then the moon is going to come and cross over their south node. And that's exactly where the devouring energy of Kronos. And so this could be this is a devouring energy with them. No doubt about it. And what's going to happen is Jupiter at an 1827, well, Jupiter is going to come and expand this flame of life with the who and the overseas, the things that they are doing at home and their responsibilities, their accountability. The other thing that I want to show you too is this. I need to show you guys this. I need to show you this. I'm getting stressed out just thinking about it. Until I do show you, I'm just going to be feeling this. I'm going to be feeling this like I'm, watch this, okay? Let me show you something. The United States has a dark moon. You know, we all have dark moons in our chart, but for the United States, the dark moon is a 1928, okay? And it's in the 9th house, and this is where this energy is going to be taking place. And it's going to have to do with our kids. It's going to have to do with publicity, with the WHO, with Donald Trump, with our healthcare, with the opposition, with the United States. And the 1928, this dark moon, I want to show you this degree in charts, okay? Let's start with the WHO Foundation, because the dark moon is about the health, children's, public health, okay? This is also about religion. This is about courts and judges. It's about universities and immigration. This is the mythological house, this is the philosophy house. Our beliefs are, this is the IC house. This is ruled by Sag. Okay. It's also about the blood. Sagittarius moves quickly with injections of the blood. Okay. That's Sag. What's going to happen? And it's also missiles. Okay. This energy with Sag is about missiles too. It's about going far. It's about planes. This dark moon at a 1928 is right here in the 5th house of kids, and the way that they create with hospitals, with this hospital health axis. And there's a breakup. There is a breakup with the WHO and the United States dark moon. Okay. Let me go back up. That 1928. Okay, the 1928, I want you to see this. Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk in the 4th house of home with the government and home with the United States, meaning he has the wisdom of what's really going on with the dark moon. with the United States and our kids and the health factor and all of this autism and all this, Asperger's and all the things that they are doing. Because the moon is also on Monday, it's also going to come over that 1928. We are going to be reflecting on the things that they have done to our kids. And believe me, if they had their way, they would create a atmosphere where people are more and more having problems with their hormones where they can't have kids. Okay, where they can't have kids. This is what we have been fighting. The darkness. We are fighting this darkness. Okay, now let me show you something. The WHO Foundation with that 1928 and the United States of America with the 1928 degree. Let me show you something. Bill Gates, this mother, he's fated, okay? He's carrying the fate, and he is taking it to a whole nother level, okay? He's taking it to a whole nother level. He's going to other countries and doing the same thing. And that's where the moon is really going to reflect on Bill Gates with the WHO Foundation. Look at this. That 2529 in Sedna, where he has to let go of the Sedna is about betrayal. She's betrayed by her dad. She's about betrayal. She's about letting go and becoming one with the ocean. And this 2529 is going to come over him. It's about his public image. It's about things of the past. And this things of the past with this 2234, well, let's just go ahead and let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about because this I'm just getting started here. Watch this. Connections, guys, connections. Watch this. Okay, so Bill Gates, right? He's carrying the fate of the dark moon, right? And the 2529, this is where he's going to have to let go of this personal image. And this 22 axis with home, his work is right here. Okay? It's the outer will, the things of the past with other people's money, things that are hidden within those, jabs that have to do with our health and our lungs and the mental autism, Asperger's, all that kind of stuff. Right? Yeah. So the ways in which he connects to the United States. Oh my God. Look at that. Yes. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Okay. So now we have another one. Whoo, Lordy, look at that. Okay. Let me just tell you what I just showed. Okay. Look, guys, look, let's have kind of Jesus meeting right now. Okay. Okay, so I just saw, okay, the 5:30 that Pluto is going to station for weeks. It's coming up. It's going to station at a 5:30. I know, Jill, it's like, what? It's going to station at a 5:30 in Aquarius. And who did I say that belongs to? Let's play it. Let's play it again. It's going to transform Dennis Rader, the BTK dude. The infamous BTK that's still in prison, that's got other victims that need to be excavated. Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell. It's going to be coming to her. Then we have the New York stock. It's coming to them, but it's going to do more transformation. Okay. More transformation is coming to Bill Gates because Bill Gates has the 530 in his outer wheel in Aquarius. So Pluto is literally going to sit there. Let me show you. Oh my God, we just got it, guys. We just got it. Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Look at this, 530. This outer wheel. Okay, look. When it comes to the outer wheels, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, so this is the 8th. This is about death. This is about innovation. It's about groups. It's about we the people. There is a gnosis here. Pluto is about to transform him in a big way here for that 8th house. And Pluto is opposing. Okay, it's going to oppose his values in the public eye with children, with kids. Let me show you when this is going to start so you can write it all down. Okay. The other energy that Bill Gates, right? Okay, so we've already said that he is fated with our dark moon. He is fated with our dark moon, and he also hides a lot in foreign countries. The things that he does in foreign countries. And going far, look at this 22, 25, Neptune. Look, I've seen an opposition in real life. I've literally seen Neptune in Pisces come to a 22, 25 and oppose us as a whole. I've literally seen a flood. Literally out my back door saw a flood. This 22, 25 with the United States, Neptune, it's about the world health and the dirty things that he does with kids. This isn't just about the jabs. This is about all the nasty stuff that he has done, who he is. Just nasty ass. Okay? Guys, let me show you. This is so exciting that we are going to get to see it. We are going to get to see and observe this energy. And that's why I absolutely love astrology, because we can. That's what we do. That's what we do on this channel, right? We observe. Let me take it back. Okay, let me take it back to when this energy is going to begin. Okay, so it's going to start April 30th, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to start here. I love this. It's going to start on April 30th. Guys, we only have 5 days. We only have 5 days to see what this is going to do for all these people that I've just talked about. And I'm sure it's going to be made known, right? It's going to be made known to me and maybe to y'all too. It's going to be made known who else has this in their chart. It's definitely Gates. It's definitely Bill Gates. Yeah, we on top of it now, girl. We on top of it. Shauna, where you been, girl? Hey, honey. Thank you. I broke my other glasses last night, so I was rummaging around before I started this live trying to figure out what I was going to wear so I could see. Epstein emails had Bill Gates frequent the island and preferred young girls. I know he did. He's a nasty ass. This is going to be exciting to watch. God, please let justice come. Because look, I mean, I lost a kid. I lost a kid to these jabs. You know, she, I didn't give birth to her, but she called me mama and she was my girl. And it devastated me. It still devastates me to this day. So I hope that he gets what he's given. I wish somebody give him a little jab, 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 And I hate to say that. I don't have hate in my heart for him. I just think that he needs to be accountable and there should be justice where justice is due with all of these people, and everything that they allowed, Previously cited the association with Epstein as a factor. Yep, she sure did. She said, I'll see you. Peace out, Bill. Peace out, dude. You're nasty. Yeah, I don't blame her. Don't blame her. So let's look back because I'm really excited about this. So this energy is going to start, okay? And so what it's going to do, and I'm going to save this again. I know I've already got them saved, but I'm going to save this again because I really want us to be on top of this, observing it, and really enjoying the show, okay? I want us to enjoy the show together. So here we are, and it's going to start on the 30th, on April 30th. This is when it's going to start. And what we're going to see is we're going to see Chiron come to the 2732 that the United States Pluto has in their second house. So Chiron will come to that degree during this time. And it's definitely going to bring a justice on April 30th with Epstein. And I will pull up his chart and I will show you. Okay. I will definitely show you this energy with Epstein. So the 530 is going to start here. Now let's watch how many days that he's going to be in transit, guys. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, we're going to go 1. That's May 1st. 2, May 2nd. May 3rd, 530. We haven't even... Pluto isn't even moving. Pluto is like stuck like Chuck. Pluto is just stuck. He don't know whether to go forward, go backwards, or what. Look at this. We're seeing the 1916, the dark moon is going to be activated. That 1928 is coming. It's going to be activated. It's not there yet, though. Not there. Okay. May 4th. Pluto is still, guys, just hanging out. And it's moving forward. Okay. Moving forward, but still. This energy with Epstein is showing up like crazy, guys. Okay. 1925. We are making it to the 1928. This is Epstein. This is home. This is New Mexico. This is Virgin Islands. Okay. Lord. I see Tennessee with this. I see an opposition. The relation. Okay, I'm going to keep on going. 5:30 on May 5th. 5:30 on May 5th. Jupiter has already, now Jupiter has come to that 1928 and is moving forward now at a 1934. Okay. Here we go. Finally. So we have April 30th through May 6th that Pluto in Aquarius is just going to sit there at that degree. But then finally, it's going to station. It's going to station at a 530 degree. And this degree is those in which I've just talked to you guys about. Okay. Now we're going to station. All right. So that May 7th. Ooh, now we are really, really intense. Things are going to get really, really intense. And it's going to have to do with communications from the past with Donald Trump. Look at that. Shit, that's a 0-0 right there. That's a world point. That 1614 is Donald Trump. It's a physician that brings enlightenment. I see the sun is shining in Utah. Whoa. I see that there is things from the past that we are looking at with Texas and with Texas. And that's where, Ghislaine Maxwell is. All right, let's keep going. All right, May 8th. Now, okay, so May 7th, we are still, so May 6th, we begin to station. May 7th, it's even more intense. And then May 8th, now we're really moving backwards. Now we're going to go back into the past. We're going to rework everything that has just come out. And Pluto in a retrograde. Let's keep going. May 9th, Pluto's still in retrograde. May 10th, Pluto is still in retrograde at that 5:30. 11th, 12th. Finally, on the 13th, it moves off. And when it moves off, you think, well, okay, so now we're done with it. Nope. No, we're not. We're not done with it. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. And it could be even more intense on the 13th with everything that has come out. And I think that something is going to be leaked. There's going to be something leaked. And it's going to be one of those shockers. It's going to be one of those shockers, because if we go back in the days and we go back to the 25-24, this is going to be the day right here where Mars is going. So Eris, right? Eris has already went over the 25-24, all those 25s that everybody has with Jerome Powell, with the WHO, with the feds, right? With Donald Trump, Zelensky, all of that. United States. Now, Mars is going to really bring a lot of warring here. So Mars at a 25-11 is going to come to that 25-24 right here. Right here with President Trump and his relationships. Oh, it's going to start here. It's going to start in that 8th house. And again, I see Missouri and Missouri's connection with Netanyahu. God's will is being done. Vulcan is sealing the deal here. Yep. 25-24, there it is. With Donald Trump. And it's in the 8th and it's coming down into the 7th house. This is going to be weeks. This is weeks, guys. April 30th through May 13th. So April 30th through May 13th, that's when we are going to see a lot of deep, intense transformation. And it's going to bring, like I said, when I first started this live, it's going to bring shocks. It's going to bring shocks. We're going to be shocked with the information that's coming out. Things that we didn't expect is going to come and fall in our lap. And I can promise you, if we have a lot of things that are coming out that's been leaked, they're going to do everything that they can to try to distract us. And so we could be looking at a lot of false flags too, It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this works itself out, guys. Interesting indeed. Whoa. I just can't believe it that we saw him. Do y'all want to stick around and let's look at Epstein's? I'm going to be deep diving this. I can promise you that. Now that I know that it's on Bill Gates, oh, I just love it. I absolutely love it. Are we going to, what are we going to see, guys? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I have to be pulling it with the Virgin Islands, with New Mexico, Trump. I mean, we've got a leader, a whole ass leader leading this country that has hung out with Epstein and kids, little girls, little boys, you know? It's just, I just don't understand. I don't understand how we are here. We've just allowed too much, no boundaries. Healthy boundaries are good, whether that's in our personal life, our collective life, our business, whatever. Boundaries, create boundaries and stick with those. I am not going to allow this, period. That's a boundary. But we have allowed so much. Uranus is going to shake some shit up. Going to shake, a little shaky shake. Shake. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that we saw this with Gates. Like, dude, I love it. So, again, Bill Gates, his chart. Let me show you again. I just love this. I just love this. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so let me save this one because now we're in Pisces. The moon is reflecting in Pisces, and of course it is. All right, so when it first begins, let's look at Bill when this first begins on April 30th. So Pluto is just going to come and hang out. It's going to come and hang out here, right there at a 5:30. Oh, look at this. I did realize that. The 2234. Yep. He is so connected to the United States. It's not even funny. So look at this. So the 5:30, gonna just sit here for days. And it's on his 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money, things that are hidden, groups, the future, the gnosis, the innovation. And it's also about networking, like emails. Okay. So let's see where everything is going to be, because it looks like Ceres is going to be here in the 11th house. His friend group. Let's see. What else? Mercury. Let's look at Mercury. So the 2526, that's going to come. So the 2529 is going to be right here. And the 2529 is going to come first with Mercury. You see that? The 2511. So what's going to happen is Mercury is going to come here first. Then Mars is going to come here. And then Eris is really going to come. Okay. So he's going to get a wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So let's look at that first. Let's look at Mercury and how Mercury is going to show up with the media with Bill Gates. Let's look at that. 2529 with Mercury. Okay. It's not going to take it long to get there. Shouldn't take it long. Here we are. So it's going to come over Trump first. It's going to come over Trump first, and then it's going to come to Gates. So it'll come to Trump first, then Gates, right here. Right here. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if Ghislaine is going to leak it. Guys, I wonder if she's going to leak it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at this. Let me look at her chart one more time. Let me see if we can get an awakening looking at her chart too. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's look at this. Ghislaine, April 30th. Let's look at okay, so when it comes out with Trump first. Okay. Yes. I don't know that it would be coming out with her, but look, Chiron at a 2728 is going to come and sit on her 12th house, causing a lot of pain with all of the things of the past, this past betrayal, and her sitting and allegedly sitting in a cell, which show me proof for sure. Like, let me go and visit her, and then I'll really believe that she's there. Okay. I'll really believe she's there. Otherwise, I don't. I just don't believe it. So I wonder if she is going to be the one that's going to release something. Somebody could be leaking something. Let me look. Let me look. So the divine justice is at a 322. So it's coming over at 323. It's going to activate the chart of Epstein. But before it does, hold on. 903 Saturn, a 903 in Jupiter, limits and obstacles. Oh, she may be leaking something to someone else. The divine justice is a 322. So first, the divine justice is going to come here. It's going to come and sit here at a 248. And this is about her public image with groups, hospitals, childcare. Hospitals, care for the kids, and the prison, divine justice with prison. Yeah, because eventually the South Node will come and sit with her magnetism. Yep, there's a breakup. There's a breakup of communications with Mercury, that 445. Look, there's a breakup with her magnetism, with her health, with her mom, with home. Children, publicity. There's going to be this breakup with two people with communications. So she could be the one that's leaking. She could be. There's going to be a reigniting of a flame with Netanyahu, with Bibi. I can see that. Because some people do think that Netanyahu is harboring Epstein, and that he's really not dead. Something is beginning and ending with values, with money, with government, with things, with, let's see, transformation. Hey, Dinah. Reports have emerged regarding a potential push for a pardon for Ghislaine, who is currently serving a 20-year sentence. Claims she could exonerate Trump. Ooh. Interesting. Huh. She knows how to speak Trump's language, don't she? Guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, don't worry. Just go outside the live, hit it, come back in. I would really appreciate it. I'm not sure if it's true. Seen a video saying Ghislaine handled in a USB drive to the DOJ. Oh, Donna, girl, we're going to have to pull up the DOJ. Look at this. Hold on. Mars at a 1610 is going to oppose the way that she creates, going to oppose children and the law. Doesn't look like that's happening. So, because it's not happening, there is going to be a relationship that is going to come and expand with the law. Juno, there is going to be this relationship, this attorney, judge, attorney, is going to transform her with a relationship. Okay. First is going to come this Juno, this relationship is going to come here. And she's going to reach her MC and is going to oppose kids and home. And then Juno will be here. expansion, lots of expansion. So we'll have to watch this and see how this twists and turns, because Uranus is definitely going to bring unexpected events. Uranus is sitting here, shaking things up in the prison and the hospitals, things of the past. And Uranus will eventually come and shake up her ascendant, but it hasn't. We're not even there yet. So let's look at something else here. Let's look at the Department of Justice with this. This is 1242. Okay, let's look at the DOJ. Let's look at the DOJ and justice. Good call, Dinah. Got to pull up the DOJ. Let's look. Department of Justice, April 30th. Okay. Let's see. Oop. What? Good call, girl. Look at this. Look at this, Dinah. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Can't make it up. Okay, so remember, Ghislaine Maxwell, she is going to be having this breakup with two people with communications because she has a 445. Well, her 445 is in Virgo. It's her magnetism. It's her magnetism. The Department of Justice opposes her. No matter what, the Department of Justice opposes her, point blank, period. There's an opposition with the two, not happening, okay? So on the 29th, 28th, what have you, this is going to be a no-go. And they're going to try to be paid off. There's going to be judges that are going to, they're going to be trying to pay some people off, do a little underhanded stuff. That's what it looks like to me, that the DOJ, reason why I say that is because look, this 358 in their first house, this dark moon, has to do with values and money. And that's what's going to be transformed on the 28th and the 29th with the DOJ when it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell. Jupiter is here. So Jupiter is at a 1852. So Jupiter is here. Jupiter is going to expand world health. They are going to reach their north node when it comes to home and family. So Jupiter is just going to expand here, expand home. And Jupiter is the law. I mean, Jupiter is justice. Look at that. Uranus at a 0009, when it comes to that 0009, it's going to shake up the values. Money. Their moon is a 546. The lunar nodes are a 549 on the 30th. So yes, the lunar nodes will eventually come here and be fated with things of the past, people of the past, with children that have to do with children. And of course, the exploitation of children. And then, of course, that means that Juno, before it comes to sit on her and it reaches her midheaven, it's about money. It's about things. This is about their friend group, and it's also about money. It's also about groups, but it could also be about the emails. Something that could be coming out that's going to weigh them down. It's going to weigh them down. Interesting. Venus, Admetos, all of this, it's right here. It's right here in their second house of value. So Venus is shaking things up. There's a breakup with communications with at least two. There is a betrayal. And this betrayal we can see that Sedna at a 118, well, Sedna was already at a 116. And so 2 days prior, which would have been, it's going to be on the 28th. So that will be Tuesday. So on Tuesday, the Department of Justice is going to learn and going to learn about whatever it is that's coming out. And there's going to be this letting go of communications, letting go of this betrayal. Interesting. But yeah, that's a great hit. Forgot about that. There's a complete opposition because their Admetos at a 445 in Pisces is opposing her. There's a major opposition. So could the DOJ be accepting monies? Could they accept? Or are we going to see them do something different? Let's see. Her Chronos is a 0052 in Gemini. And we'll eventually see that. We'll eventually see that. Uranus will come and shake things up. There's going to be this divine timing with communication. So she could be pulling some strings. Even though I don't think she is in jail. I really don't. I think that there's this energy that seems like that there's this energy that what they want to do is they want to bring the people to their knees. They want people to have a great awakening, a spiritual awakening. You know, her and despite all their nastiness, her and her boo-boo, Jeffrey Epstein, they were all about consciousness and space exploration and consciousness, you know. So, interesting. I'm just wondering, as above, so below. It's all written in the stars, Dinah. Magnetism. Yeah. Yeah. This could be something. This could be something here. Because there could be definitely a lot of manipulation going down. On purpose. On purpose. If Donald Trump and Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein, you know, it's like when 9/11 took place, we found out that they flew the parents or the family of Osama bin Laden out really quickly out of the United States. We found out that, or we, you know, heard that he was taken care of. He was taken out. He was the one that caused all of this. It's all him and his little army of box cutters. And then what they did with his body is they threw him in the ocean. Okay. Then we hear years later that he's still, you know, thriving. You know, everybody in the Middle East knows his birds. So we, you know, I think that there's going to be a lot that's going to be uncovered with Uranus and Gemini. And I think that this full moon in Scorpio is setting the stage, definitely going to be setting the stage for the reflection of hidden sex. Things are hidden, things that need to be uncovered, you know, or excavated. Literally excavation will have to do with people that could have been unalived by these people in New Mexico, Virgin Islands, or any of the other properties that they have, you know, could be having to do with excavating things. I mean, excavating people that the BTK had involved himself with unaliving. And then we're going to see, we already saw the WHO, right? Who Foundation is going to be affected. Bill Gates is going to be affected. The United States as a whole is going to be affected. Our children deserve justice. When you create sickness and disease in our kids, and then you make money off of that, if you create autism and then you create the medicines for autism, this is a big problem. We want justice. I want justice. I want justice for all of our kids that have been affected. And our children are mandatory. They are mandatory vaccines. Mandatory. They can't go to public school without all of these. When I was growing up, we only had certain few. Now there's hundreds more that they have to have that is affecting them. It's affecting their health, their mental capacity, their speech, their pituitary gland, their gut biome. It's affecting everything, their whole entire immune system, everything. And because we are so programmed, we allow it. We have to go and make money for the system. We have to make money to live. We have to take our kids here. We have to go here. We have to get them those jabs. And it's not fair. It's not fair. And I hope that we do have a great awakening here, because we are overdue to have a truly, I'm not talking about BS dogma. I'm talking about a true come to Jesus meeting, a true awakening of the truth. That's what Uranus does. Uranus will jolt you and will force feed you forcefully the truth. The spirit of truth is poured into that vessel. It's the only man in the zodiac. Uranus is the only man in the zodiac that pours the truth into your vessel. So that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. And I know that this has been a longer live than I anticipated, but I wanted to get some of this stuff out. I tried to yesterday, and then I got to talking about what was coming for Sebastian Rogers' case, and I got all messed up. Couldn't talk about it. But today I wanted to talk about this big energy. I wanted to put out videos, talk to you guys about it. And I'm so glad that I did, because I wouldn't have found out that Gates, of all people, has it. Yay. Yay for us. I can't wait to see how this works itself out. And I hope it's major transformation. Major transformation. Eyes wide open, girl. Eyes wide open. Let's look at Epstein. Let's look at Epstein for a minute. He's given, okay, so when he first came on the scene, his birth time on Astro Theme was 3:15 a.m. Then after he died, they changed it to 6:15 a.m. So I'm reluctant on really what time he's born. Okay. So looking at the outer wheel for me that's where, that's where it is. Okay. So what we can see from this one is this. Okay. The sun is going to shine on the full moon on May 1st with this energy really going. On May 1st, the sun is going to shine here on this Jupiter, where he lives, the values, the money, the assets, the land. Okay. This energy is going to oppose, the sun will oppose the moon, and the moon is going to come here with his public image, his legacy of investigations, death, and hidden sex. Okay. So first and foremost, definitely see where he is being, he also has the 2712 when it comes to the 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration with kids, this 2712. Let's go back. $27.12. We saw it. Let's keep going. So we talked about it. Circling it and everything. 27.12. Let's keep on going. Where was it? Who had it? Who had it? Let's keep going. It's not the who. It's not Elon Musk. Who was it? Jerome Powell. Was it the Fed? Was it the Fed? Somebody had it that we were talking about. Dang it. I hate it when that happens. Nope. Is it Larry Fink? Okay, I'm not going to be able to find it right now, I don't guess. It's not him. He's got the 2717. Was it her? Nope, she's got the 2729. Okay. Is it the Department of Justice? Let's look at them. No, it was not them. Interesting. I could have sworn we saw that. Okay, I'm not going to stay stuck. I'm not going to get stuck on it, okay? But I could have sworn we saw it. It could be Netanyahu. No, 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 nope. China. All right, I'm not going to keep on going. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Okay, so he's got a 27. Jupiter has already, so Jupiter is here. Jupiter is expanding the justice with his relationships and his partnerships. And it has to do with home, and it has to do with publicity and kids. Okay. So that's where Jupiter is going to remain for a long time, because Jupiter is going to have to go into Leo and come to this 2233 with the United States. And that's when it's really, really going to transform his relationships. And whoever has that 22 degree, and that's definitely the United States. All right. Most definitely the United States. But as Jupiter makes its way, okay, as Jupiter makes its way in this 7th house, any degrees, okay, Jupiter has already opposed his Chiron, but Jupiter is going to have to come here to this 2121. This is where Jupiter is going to come and oppose two people. It's going to oppose the media, the commerce and communications with an authority. With Jeffrey Epstein. Any authority that would be associated with him with this degree of the 2121 is going to be connecting to somebody. I could look at Trump, but I don't think I will right now. So we know that Uranus is here. So Uranus will come and sit on his 5th house outer wheel about two little shaky shakes, 2 people, 2 kids. The 0019. Let's look at that. Let's look at that because it's going to come to that outer wheel. There's 13. Okay, it's going to come to the, let's call the day. Okay, let's call the day that it's going to happen. Let's just do it. Okay, so it's going to come. And that is if we're going to test this chart. We're going to test this chart, guys. Let's look at it. We're going to test this chart. Let's look. This is May 1st, Friday at 2 o'clock Nashville time. Let's look at it with Mr. Nasty, Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so we definitely see that the 530 with Pluto has not stationed yet. Okay, not stationed yet, but it's going to station, just hasn't done it yet. So Pluto is at a 530. We know who all that belongs to. And what we're going to see is this 0019. And this is in the courts, the judges, international immigration. Okay, so 4 days prior, Sedna would have activated. No, we could be talking about an officer, someone that got him out of jail, someone that either unalived him or got him out of jail, which I'm thinking the latter. Okay. So what we're going to see is there's going to be this shakeup with the outer wheel. The sun has just shined. Yep. This is the full moon, guys. So the sun is shining here on the Jupiter. And again, the moon is going to reflect here. So we're definitely seeing this show up and show out for the full moon. So he will be definitely, this full moon is definitely about him. It's also about, let me see, it's got that 357, whatever, 353. This is also about Colorado. So let me show you the 2 states that I see. I see Virgin Islands. This is the Virgin Islands. This is about the transformation of publicity and children. This is Virgin Islands, okay? That 357, Virgin Islands. The 353, well, that's Colorado. That's Colorado. We see that, I think that this is his chart at 6:15 a.m. because the dark moon, Ghislaine Maxwell, her dark moon is a 620. There's a lot of disordered aggression about friend groups, home. There's a home here. We're looking at a home. That's when Mercury is going to come to that 2728 that she's got. And look, Chiron is at the 2732 with the United States. So May 1st, 2 o'clock. Mark it on your calendar. This is going to involve Trump. This is going to be a big deal on May 1st. And I also see North Carolina. And the dark moon after it's gonna be connecting with Trump, and the dark moon is also going to be activating the home, one of the homes of Jeffrey Epstein. Oh yeah, big energy, big energy. We have a relationship here. Where's Jupiter? Jupiter's at a 19. The 1919 is definitely Ghislaine Maxwell. It's going to expand her. We see the 339. Okay, so that's New Mexico. Let's look at New Mexico. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's look at New Mexico, okay, with this May 1st. I definitely see New Mexico and Texas, and Texas, and Texas. But for New Mexico, it's going to be about things of the past, okay? This is going to be about things of the past, past deaths. A lot of times we think Scorpio is like death, but Pisces is really, as prisons and hospitals, a lot of people die there. Okay, so the 1337, there's going to be a divine justice that's going to come just a couple of hours before. So by 11 a.m., there is this justice that's coming to New Mexico about things of the past. And we can see that the moon at a 1213, this moon is actually here with relationships. We are reflecting with relationships. The sun is shining on the life path of New Mexico. Eris is definitely going to come here with this devouring energy. Lots of warring. It's going to bring a timing, though, and this timing is going to be just right. There's an activation with things of the past. There's going to be an activation with Chiron there. Let's look at, yep, the 1540 is the United States. The 1540 is the United States, guys. This is going to be a 24-hour transit. This is going to be an intense energy with the United States, relationships with other states, with the law. Zero 0031. This is the 5th house of kids. New Mexico. But there is also this Colorado. Ceres is going to be, so Ceres is going to come to New Mexico's 2nd house outer will. There could be some excavation. Again, we could be looking at excavation, guys, because Ceres is going to bring a lot of energy with the money house, their values. Ceres is definitely going to be coming to their Mars too. And that's about a body, vehicle, body, New Mexico. This could, it could also have something to do with one of the, missing general. Could have something to do with Nancy Guthrie, but at the same time, I don't think so. Okay. I see a lot of energy coming with Nancy Guthrie's case after this. Let's see. 16. Saturn's going to come here. The lunar nodes are at 546. So the lunar nodes at a 546. The south node is here. They're every day where they've been. It's about the health of New Mexico. The north node is here. Things of the past, prisons, hospitals, investigations of the past. And this 546 is coming down to their 5s. So it'll activate. Okay, it's going to activate the Jupiter with the death. It's going to activate the courts of New Mexico with things of the past with the dark moon reflecting all of that has taken place in the past, possibly with burying, because a burial, when you bury somebody deep into the ground, that would be a Sag, even though we would think, oh, it's Capricorn. Not necessarily. None of this is going to go away. It's just none of this is going to go away until there is actually justice. So let's keep going. Interesting. Let me show you when I think Nancy Guthrie, she's going to have a lot of energy on that Uranus return that she's been going through that shook her up. And that's going to come. It'll come on May 12th. Maybe, maybe even before then, before this, but here it is, right here. This is in May. There's going to be an investigation with Mexico here, Tennessee, and their connections with Jeffrey Epstein. I just wanted to get that out. Now let's look at this. The energy with Nancy Guthrie, big time, right here. The evening of May 19th, right there. So I'm going to be looking at this with her. And let's go ahead and look at it and just talk about it. Okay, so I know that Iran has that 1650. Other states also has that 1650. Massachusetts. I think either Massachusetts or Maryland has that divine wisdom. Let me think. There's major transformation that's happening with Bill Gates here. Pluto is right now at that 528. So we are going to be revisiting this energy right here. I definitely see Missouri holding the fate on May 19th. Missouri is going to be holding the fate. We are reflecting relationships and home and family. There's going to be a lot of energy with her kids. With fifth house of kids, and then it's going to come here. There's going to be a lot of energy coming to the home. Values, evidence. So I'll have to look at this with Nancy Guthrie. I do see that there's going to be things that are going to be hidden with Homeland Security, with Savannah and Annie. That's definitely going to be showing up on the 20th. Definitely showing up on the 20th. So we want to watch this time period with Nancy because there will be something that will, there's going to be a lot of shaking up with Nancy, and any type of evidence that they could find or that they will find. We could look at the, FBI with this, and I already see it. There's already, I'm already seeing a lot of limits and obstacles with a relationship, especially online with networking. If this could be some other type of, like it could be an email that gets sent to TMZ, another demand for money. So I'll be looking at this to see what I can come up with Nancy's case, because this is, no matter what time she's born, her Uranus is at 2622 and she is 84. And she is definitely going to be shaken up with a lot of energy. because Ceres is about churches. Ceres is pastoral. Ceres is agriculture. Ceres is directed energy. Directed energy. And I already see Ghislaine Maxwell. I feel like there are so many there's so many connections with Nancy. It's not even funny. And let me tell you who else has this 1650. I've been saying it. I've been saying it with Nancy's case. Who is the attorney? Who's the attorney that I've been talking about? Who's the attorney? Who is he? Remember, because that he owns that 1652. And he is an attorney. Y'all let me know when you give up. If you can't remember who he is, say his name or just tell me that you give up. My intuition says whatever happens to Savannah's mom, she'll become a Trump supporter. Tell me you give up or tell me his name. He's an attorney. Let me give you another hint. Out of it's one of them M's. Yes, an attorney. You can't remember his name, Jeff. Come on, guys. Come on. You give up. Alan Dershowitz. Alan, you know, he's got a resentment. Resentments bring rage. Resentments bring rage. Guys, everybody say it with me. Alan Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz. Alan is also involved in the Epstein stuff. An attorney. And Savannah Guthrie interviewed him, went hard on him. And he has a resentment. Whoever took Nancy Guthrie did not take her for money. They took her for revenge. If you want to hurt Savannah, take her mama. Just take her mama. Let's look at his chart. Let's look at his chart because, oh my goodness gracious, lots of energy. And let me tell you why it's going to be so much energy with him too, is because Alan and Nancy have connections in their chart, right? When you have connections in your chart, guys, when you have these connections in your chart, they are activated when you meet that other person that has the same connections, okay? So I would be interested to know from Savannah if when she interviewed Alan Dershowitz that day, if her mother was there. Because when they had this homecoming, okay, when they had this homecoming, because we don't want to forget either that Alan has tried or did sue Arizona, which is where Nancy lives. It's where they are from, right? Their homecoming. And so when that was aired, if you have resentment that brings rage, and he saw the homecoming, obviously he ain't going to get in his car and go take Nancy himself. He's going to pay somebody to do it. Okay? He's going to pay somebody to do it. I'm not blaming him. I'm not saying that he's the one. I'm just saying that I've been keeping my eyes on him. I've been, doing lives and videos talking about him because I want other people to be like, and think about it. Could he? Because he's showing up. But let me show you why. Let me show you why he's showing up. Okay? Could it just be a coincidence? Well, maybe. Maybe, guys. Maybe it could be. But if we look at these, okay, let me just go ahead and pull up Nancy. We don't know what time she's born, but look, she's got some non-movers, okay? She's got some non-movers, and that's what matters. Alan, his birth chart is online, so you can get his birth chart online, okay? So Nancy and Alan. So Nancy is going to be on the left, Alan is going to be on the right, and we are going to look at these connections first, and then I'm going to take you to the chart that I had just pulled, okay? I'm going to take you to the chart that I just pulled. So when we look at these two and their connections, we are looking at Nancy, no matter what time she is born, having a retrograde Uranus at a 26-22 in Taurus. Okay, a 26-22 in Taurus. Well, 26-22 in Taurus is, in astrology, it is conspiracy. It's alcohol. Somebody loses somebody's head. There's a lot of rage, okay? And that's what it's about. It's about rage. It's about conspiracy. And sometimes these 26 degrees, you go missing on one of them or something like that, you got one of them in your chart, you may not ever be found. It may be a mystery forever. Okay? So she was shaken up. She's shaken up because her Uranus at a 26-22, when anything comes to that degree, it's going to shake her up. Okay? All right. Now, here we go. Her 26-22 Uranus with groups connects to Alan Dershowitz's children. It connects to publicity. It connects to home, to family, okay? She could have a 1650 in her chart, okay? She could. But his Mars, I don't know what time she is born. So we're going to have to say that her Pluto, this 434 or 435 that she has with Pluto, is going to be here in the third house. Lots of transformation is going to take place with her in the public eye with his third house of communications, home, siblings. Okay. Her Uranus at a 26-22 is right here in his 12th house, things of the past, prisons, hospitals, the values. You can see that he has a 1746 in his chart. So we know that he's also had a Uranus return as well. He's a little bit older, a lot older. The 1650, this 1650 could connect to her values with groups and networking. Okay, it could. Could. So she has a 26-22. He has a 26-22. So what's going to happen is Ceres at a 26-22 is going to shake Nancy up. Then it's going to come to this 26-34 and shake him up. And the dark moon is going to activate the health of children. And let me tell you something, the 357 that Dominic has, that Savannah has in her chart, okay, that also is in opposition with him, with his kids, the way he creates, this 357 is also in Virgin Islands chart with an opposition to kids. And as far as I know, he hasn't lost a kid. But what this is showing me is that he has or he will. He has or he will lose a kid. Interesting, isn't it? When we look at charts like this. So it's going to come to him at a 2634. The dark moon is going to activate children. So we can even look at his kids. And I think that that's where his revenge and rage would come from, is with the kids. Because he mentioned that his kid, his daughter, was in the audience when Savannah was coming hard on him about what he did and what he didn't do, what he was involved with on the Epstein Island in the Virgin Islands. And again, he definitely connects to the Virgin Islands with Savannah, as he should. So that's what's going to show. That's what's going to show. So 2634 is him. Let's go back. 2634 is him. Let's look at him with May 19th, because we know that that's what's going down with Nancy at 10:23, the 19th of May. The 1650, the dark moon, is in Sag. This is about burial. This is about pew-pews. This is about religion, but this is an attorney. Attorneys rule Sag. Judges rule Sag. Immigration, other countries, okay? Churches. Well, this 1650, right, is going to activate a reflection, a dark reflection about his kid, about all the publicity with the relationships that he has had with kids, little girls, little boys. Who knows what he's interested in? I mean, we don't know. I mean, the man is just, it's just nasty. Just nasty. Okay, so what we're going to see is this. We're going to see, let's look at his chart real quick. 528, 538. We know that this is with the Department of Justice, right? We know that there's going to be a justice here with the Department of Justice going forward. Let's see. What else do we see here? It's rising at a 3. What else? 10, 11. That's going to be up here. The relationship. The relationship is going to come here. It's not there yet. It's actually here. Let's look. Because Uranus is here. I don't see. Okay, no, I kind of do. Okay, so the day before. Okay, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, see how the moon and Kronos in Cancer is at a 1551 and 1552? Okay, so Kronos is going to activate Alan Dershowitz on the 18th. The 18th and the 19th, maybe the morning of, because we're looking at 10:30, there's a divine energy of things of the past with money. He's got a 2502. So the 22nd of May, there is going to be this magnetism that's going to come with money, with kids, with the law, the justice. There is going to be a reigniting of a flame with a relationship with Alan Dershowitz, a relationship with him, an attorney, another attorney. Maybe it's going to be not just another attorney, but maybe it's going to be someone foreign, a foreigner, maybe an Iranian. I don't know. Lord, what is happening with him? The weight of home. So there's going to be a breakup with one of his friends. There's going to be a weight at a 14. So this is going to really hit him on the 18th. So this breakup with the 1423, with how he's bringing in money. And look at that. He's got a 1554 outer wheel with this health axis, with the way he brings in money and kids, the way he creates this 1554. Well, in just 3 days, that's where Kronos is going to come and activate. So he is going through it. He is definitely going to be going through it during this time. So let's look at Ceres coming back to him, because Ceres is about to come right there. He could be going to the hospital, guys. He could be getting a little something going on with him. Or it could be that money is traced back to him from somewhere, somehow. And could it have to do with Nancy? I don't know. But let's look. 2634, 2622. Let's get it to the 2634. It's all we got to do. It's that simple. That simple. Okay. I know I'm talking about a lot of things during this one. It's absolutely just like woo-woo. So 2634. And that's going to come pretty quickly for him. 2634. And Ceres is going to meet his Ceres. Can't wait to see how this is going to work itself out. Is he going to come into some money? Like, is he about to be buried? Like, what's up? 2634. Boom, bam, right there. There is a lot of energy coming here. There's the 1423. Let's see. Lots of energy. This is Wednesday, May 20th. Hmm. 16. 446. And see, Savannah and her daughter have a 349. All of this is in the past. When we wake up, all of this is in the past with him. Interesting. This is coming to the Department of Justice. Is he going to be the one? Hold on. Department of Justice. Let's go back. Because what's going to happen is the Department of Justice, the fate on Wednesday morning, right? There's going to be this opposition. Look, Elaine Maxwell. And we are rising at the 0055 degree. That is definitely bringing this back up with Ghislaine Maxwell, with Bill Gates, and the House. Things of the past that they have done. So, yes, absolutely, yes. It's going to involve him, the justice system, how he brings in money, his values with groups. Lots and lots of energy is coming here. And all of this energy from the past is right here with the Department of Justice. So whatever is coming out, whatever's going to get leaked, maybe, it's definitely going to have to do with Ghislaine Maxwell and him. But will this be anything to do with Nancy Guthrie? Does this have anything to do with Nancy Guthrie? And for me, I've been looking at it as if it's a definite possibility, definitely a possibility that it could have something to do with her. With her knowing something, or just them wanting to make a statement. Lord. Let me see. Yeah, this is Arizona. I can see Arizona. There's a flame of life with Arizona. Let's look at Arizona with this energy. It could have. I mean, we have no idea. But I mean, Alan Dershowitz is one of the main people that I could definitely think of that would maintain rage. There's a lot of disordered aggression tonight with Arizona. Okay, let's just go ahead and set that record straight tonight. There is going to be Lebanon and Arizona. I see that there's a lot of disordered aggression going to Arizona, things of the past. So this reigniting of a flame is going to make contact with the ascendant. Look at that, 1654. Yep. The dark moon during this time is making its way here. So Wednesday night. Wednesday. Wednesday is also, there's going to be a disordered aggression with a relationship with Arizona. And I want you to see this 1650. Remember, Alan Dershowitz has a 1650 with his Vulcan in the 5th house of kids. And that's where the Venus, Nancy Guthrie, could be connecting to Arizona. There's the 1650. So we know that the dark moon is going to activate the moon, the death, the rebirth, the regeneration, things that are hidden with foreign entities or with the attorney. With the attorney. Okay. Attorney. Can't forget that attorneys also rule that Sag. Attorneys. Let's see what else I see here. And see, Arizona, there is a connection with Arizona and Jeffrey Epstein, okay? There is definitely a connection with Jeffrey Epstein and Arizona. This 115 is a reigniting of a flame for him with communications. 115 is going to Arizona. Jeffrey Epstein and his boo-boo, Ghislaine Maxwell. Jeffrey Epstein connects to Arizona. Arizona opposes the United States with Fort Huachuca and all of the flight, all of the military there, the intelligence that is owned by foreign entities. And this 2734 is Ghislaine Maxwell all day. So I see a lot of the Epstein case here in Arizona. Why? Why? He had assets here. So, yeah, I think that the Epstein case, the Nancy Guthrie case is connected. No doubt about it. Okay. Excuse me. No doubt about it. And look at that. Mars is at a 116. So, yeah, Mars has already activated this reigniting of a flame with Jeffrey Epstein, and reignited a flame too with him and his connection with Arizona. Maybe a house. This 115, there's a lot of energy here with money. There's going to be a justice that's going to come here to the state of Arizona when this divine justice comes to this 553 Arizona, and the public image of Arizona with groups, especially. It's going to be a lot of pain here for Arizona. That's coming. That's on its way. Because right now, that 553, let me tell you when that's coming. 553, the divine justice, Australia, 553, that is going to come. It's going to come on May 10th, Sunday, May 10th. And this will have to do with Annie. Okay? It's going to have to do with Annie. There's going to be a huge weight. It's going to be a lot that's coming with Annie. There's going to be a huge weight over her and her home, her family, her mother, all of that. Okay? This is May 10th. Annie, May 10th, Nancy Guthrie case. Now I want to see. There's Ghislaine Maxwell and her Jupiter, remember? There's a relationship here that's hidden with California. So, it could be TMZ. It could be anything having to do with California. It could be that other dude that lives in California, or anybody else that lives in California. Could be having to do with all of the things that were taking place in California with Epstein, the Epstein clan. This is going to hit the health factor for Arizona on May 10th. But again, it's going to have to do with Ghislaine Maxwell. Annie is all in this chart. Okay. Most definitely. Most definitely in this chart. Oh, There's a Saturn look, there is a Saturn return for the FBI here. I'm not even kidding. There's a Saturn return for the FBI. Can you imagine the agencies having a Saturn return? We're going to get to witness that. We're going to get to witness their Saturn return. And that's happening on May 10th. And let me tell you why. Because when the Saturn comes and returns back to natal, this is about their everyday. This is about their job. And this Saturn at a 1010, well, Sunday, it'll be the weekend of May 10th. That's Mother's Day. Okay? Mother's Day. Their public image on Mother's Day is going to show a huge weight on Annie. Things that are hidden with relationships and partnerships in California. And the FBI, Saturn return. And there's a devouring energy with the FBI and their moon, reflecting the courts, the long travels, any type of evidence that they found. They are having a hard time. They're having a hard time, guys. Big time. Big, big, big. So the devouring energy with Kronos, there's a timing. And it's about the mother. It's about the moon. You see how that just aligns like nobody's business? Major transformation for Annie. I mean, it could be Savannah too. I haven't pulled her chart up to look at this, but yeah, big day. Big, 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 big day. Yep. Clinton is definitely, so today, let's look at this with Clinton. Speaking of, but let me show you something when it comes to Arizona. So Arizona has a 0050, so does the state of Tennessee. But let's look at this with Arizona on May 10th, on Mother's Day. FBI is having a Saturn return. Huge weight for Annie and her mama and home. The 0050 is where their Uranus is. No, it's not a Uranus return because Uranus is in Gemini and Arizona's is in Aquarius. Okay, but there is going to be an activation. It's going to be a major shakeup with groups. Major shakeup. This could come with any other type of information, but it's slowing. The things that are happening is making the FBI work really hard. So a Saturn return is about responsibility, accountability, and their work. And if they have not done everything that they should have done in the very beginning, there's problems. They have to rework, right? So the FBI is where the slowdown could be. The 853 with Hygeia is coming to the 855, which is going to shake the United States up. And the 855 that the United States has also connects with Arizona. Okay? Also Arizona. So it's going to shake us up on May 10th with Arizona, with their public image. And their relationship with the FBI and all the weird things that goes on, all the things that they are connected with and people that they are connected with. Because Miss Arizona, remember old Miss Arizona, Erica Kirk? She has these degrees in her chart, and it's these degrees that were in her chart that connect to Arizona, that connect to Fort Huachuca on the day that her husband was unalived. Okay. So we're not just talking about Nancy Guthrie. We're also talking about Charlie Kirk here. I know I am. I know I am. And with that, I think I'm going to stop because, man, there's going to be an investigation with President Trump, with the Virgin Islands, and with the Sebastian Rogers case on May 10th as well, on Mother's Day. And there's this weight, this 1415 is in Indiana. This 1415 on May 10th, that's Indiana. That's their midheaven. There's going to be a weight with Indiana. And this too is going to cause the FBI to have a devouring energy with Indiana. The FBI to reflect on the things of the past with Indiana. Big stuff, guys. Big, big stuff. Big stuff. Trying to uncover it all is impossible, but man, we can sure try. We can sure try. And what's going to happen is this era is at a 2532. Well, she's making it to their Chronos, 2540. We're looking at the past convicts. And if you know anything about what I've said about the Nancy Guthrie case. I've made created this theory that it could have something to do with the Epstein case and the Clintons and Mike Feldman and Alan Dershowitz and all of them and the Epstein saga, and a past convict, an absconder that I've charted and I've mapped. Kayla's older man, her boyfriend. So I'll be looking at this stuff with Kayla. You know, she's the one that was hanging upside down on a cross at the El Rancho Diablo. So her boyfriend, William Hubie, he is an absconder. Mr. Hell's Angels. I don't think that they have found him. Maybe they're going to find him. But I'm also seeing, you know, Dominic in the charts. I'm seeing that there could be somebody that they're going to, you know, they're going to blame one way or the other. They're going to blame somebody. Yeah, it could be. It could be the other dude, Derek. It could be having something to do with Derek, because there is things going on in California. Maybe they took Nancy in lieu of Charlie. They're always doing something to confuse us, to make us look over here and not look over here. We know the drill. We know the game. We've been playing it for a long time, especially if we've been around for a hot minute. You know, eye for an eye type of thing. Yeah. Guys, I'm so glad that you hung out with me. I appreciate all of you that did. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up. I'm going to jump off here and deep dive this stuff and go from chart to chart to chart to chart and see who all is going to be showing up. Anybody else that I can find at 5:30, I'm going to let you guys know, because it's going to be a big deal. Big deal, guys. Big. All right. Until my next live, till my next video. Peace out, guys. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. And hey, you know, J-Dog, thank you for becoming a subscriber. We appreciate you. Welcome to the Watchers.